Hey, what's up? Welcome back for another video. And if you're into Hugs World, and today we're going to do a video comparison between the Gear S3 and the Gear Sport. Two very nice looking smartwatches. This is not a smackdown between the two watches, just a comparison. These watches are family, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the specs, we're going to go through the hardware, and we're going to check out the software differences of the two watches. And hopefully we can help you to make a decision on which watch is for you. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead, let's kick this review off. Hey, welcome back for another video. Let's go ahead, let's kick off this review comparison between the Gear 3 and the Gear Sport. Now both smartwatches look pretty good. I'm loving them both. I've tried both. I'm telling you, it can be a hard decision to make between the two depending on your preference. Now we're going to check out the specs, we're going to check out the hardware, and we're going to check out the software and hope that this helps you to make a better decision and choice on which smartwatch is going to be for you at the end of the day. And with that being said, let's go ahead, let's get started. Now, with the Gear 3, it is a 1.3 inch in size. The Gear Sport is a 1.2 inch in size, and you can see the difference if you look at it real good that the Gear Sport is a lot smaller than that of the Gear 3 in spite of the numbers that's on paper. Now both have Gorilla Glass, but the Gear 3 has Gorilla Glass SR Plus and the Gear Sport has Gorilla Glass 3. Now the Gorilla Glass 3 should be a little bit more durable than that of the SR on the Gear 3. But they are both durable. I'm here to tell you that the Gear 3 has been carrying me through day to day, and I have no real scratches on my glass at all. So it's looking pretty good. Now, they both have a dual core 1.0 gigahertz. They both have 768 megabytes. They both have 4 gigabytes of storage. They both run Tizen OS. And the Tizen OS I thought was going to be a bad deal when it first started out, but I'm telling you, it is the best out there, even over Android Wear. Now, the difference between the two OSs is that the Gear Sport is running Tizen 3.0 and the Gear 3 is still running Tizen 2.3. Now, that doesn't mean anything. It still means that both smartwatches, the software and the capabilities of functions with exercising and the things that you're going to be doing with the watches are still pretty good. Okay, but the update should come to the Gear S3 really soon. I'm waiting on it. And of course the battery. Now the battery on both are different. The Gear S3 has a 380 milliamp hour battery compared to what's on the Gear Sport that has a 300 milliamp hour battery. And I'm here to tell you that although the Gear Sport battery life is shorter, so far as the numbers are concerned, it's still a beast in the battery department, which means that it's going to carry you through a whole day with no problem at all. So please do not worry. Don't let that hinder your decision on which one is going to be for you. Okay, continue to watch my videos. Now, the other thing is that both have Wi-Fi, so when it doesn't connect to Bluetooth, you can connect it to Wi-Fi if you're in a Wi-Fi area. And the difference between the two is that, okay, both are water resistant to a degree. The Gear 3 is water resistant, but it's not geared toward swim exercising as it is on the Gear Sport. Now, the Gear Sport, you can take underwater and salt water and swim with it. You can track your laps, everything like that, but you can't do that with the Gear 3. Although the Gear 3 can be submerged, it is not geared towards swimming, so keep that in mind. The other thing is that both have Samsung Pay, and there's a difference between that as well. Now, Samsung Pay on the Gear 3, you can use the NFC technology, and it also has the magnetic strip technology, which I love. On the Gear Sport, you only have NFC. I don't know why they didn't put the magnetic strip technology on the Gear Sport, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know how that's going to waver in your decision. But that's it for the specs department. We're going to move right along and take a look at the hardware. All right, taking a look at the hardware. Now, the hardware, I'll tell you, is different. First of all, the Gear Sport is a lot smaller. And as you can see, when it's stacked, it's a heck of a lot smaller than that of the Gear 3, which means that it's going to sit on your wrist a lot better. It's going to contour a little bit better as well than that of the Gears 3. But I still have a nice feel of the Gears 3. And that's going to be based off of the watch band that you buy. Now, the watch band on both are different. On the Gears 3, it is a 22 millimeter watch band, whereas on the Gear Sport, it's a 20 millimeter watch band. And it pretty much tells you right here. They both have your heart rate monitor on the back. You have these disconnect pins that allow you to change your bands very quickly. I like that. And they both have the rotating bezel on here. And the rotating bezel has been a hit with the Gears 3. Many people are liking this feature. I love it as well. Now, what I like about the Gear Sport, I like that these buttons are flat. Because a lot of times when I'm pressing on the Gears 3, it kind of pokes me in the finger a little bit. Not bad. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that. But also with the design of how it looks on the Gear Sport, I think is a lot better. To me, in my opinion. Also with the design, if you could take a look at it real good, there is a difference. Here on the Gear Sport, this comes out a little bit. I'm not a fan of that at all. I wish they had went ahead and continued to round it off to make it look more like a real traditional smartwatch. I mean, although that is not a deal breaker, you can tell the difference in the design. This has a more classic look compared to this one. I mean, this one is there, but because of this little design here, it kind of takes away from, in my opinion. But they're both durable. This one here comes in black and it comes in blue. This is the blue version. This one comes in black and silver. This one does not have a LTE version just yet, but it should be coming. The other thing is both have a speaker. Not a speaker, a microphone. Now the Gears 3 does have a speaker. This one here does not. Again, Samsung would take a step forward, then they will turn around and take a step backwards. I really don't understand the back and forth with this, put a speaker on, take a speaker off. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I think they should have put a speaker on here. I think the speaker is usable for quick phone calls, to listen to the music when you're washing dishes or you're doing the yard or you're just reading a book or whatever it is that you're doing. To me, in my opinion, a speaker is a valuable, great feature to have on any smartwatch. Now, so far as the fit and feel, now there's going to be a difference. I mean, you got to take a look at the arms on both smartwatches. You look at the Gears 3. The Gears 3, the arm does not bend the contour like it should around your wrist. Now, if you have a bigger wrist, this may tend to fit a little bit better. But depending on the wrist size, this is going to sit up on top of your wrist really, really high. And once you wrap the band around, it is not going to contour as it should, as any watch should on a wrist. Now the Gear Sport, they kind of thought it through a little bit. If you look at it, the arms kind of bend, it kind of wraps around a little bit, which means that it's going to tend to sit on your wrist a lot better than that of the Gears 3. And it's going to have a better feel on the wrist than the Gears 3, in my opinion and in my experience. So it really depends on the wrist. It really depends on, what size you're looking for at the end of the day and how this is going to feel once you put it on your wrist. Now let's take a look at the software side of this. Okay, you all, taking a look at the software. Now, there's a software difference between the two. Very subtle, not big at all. I mean, on the Gear Sport, if we go over, you'll see that it pretty much looks the same. Some of the icons are slightly different. It looks kind of like the Galaxy Note 8 icons or the S8. Same thing here. It looks the same. It does the same, has the same functions. You won't be able to notice a real big difference. Even going over to the widgets, you have widgets on the Gear Sport and the Gears 3 that looks the same. Now we're going to stop right here on the Gear Sport and compare that application to the one on the Gears 3. Now, if you look at it, there is a subtle difference. I like the clean effect on this one. It looks a lot better. It lets you know how much of your steps you completed. But this is not a deal breaker at all. The functions are still the same and how it works, but it looks differently once you tap into it. So you see the difference? This one looks a little bit cleaner. You can tell it's updated. This one is still not bad. I like the look of this one as well. So again, the differences are very subtle from application to application. Again, you got to remember this one is running Tizen 3.0, Tizen 2.3. Now, where the differences really kick in is kind of where we go into the app drawer. If you look at it, the icons looks different. This looks again like the Galaxy Note 8 icons compared to what's on the Gear S3. Again, they're still the same, subtle differences. Now, when we go into settings is where you're going to start to see change at. Let's take a look at watch faces. Now, when you go into here, now this was different. You go into watch faces, you get always on display, you get watch face order, notification, status indicator, background style, font. You get everything. Watch only. On the Gear S3, once we tap into it, this is all you get. This is it. Right? Very subtle, very simple, but it changes on here. Now, there is a mode that's different that the Gear S3 does not have, and it's called watch only mode. Now, when I put it in this mode, this pretty much allows you for your watch not to cut on and off when water splashes on it. So if you're swimming or anything like that and you don't want anything to cut on or cut off, you can turn this on. And once you do that, this is how many days you're going to get out of this battery. Now, if you simply just leave it there and you don't want to charge your smartwatch, this is a good feature to tap into to extend battery life. You got power saving mode, the difference between power saving mode. Let me go to it on the Gear S3. Now, power saving mode, I mean, it's pretty much the same. The difference is that you got to read out of how many more days you're going to be able to get out of it on here, which I like a lot compared to what you have on the Gear S3. Now, here again, what I thought was different so far as the Gear Sport is concerned. Now, you see this watch only, right? It's also down here. Let me show you. It's also down here in battery management. Right? And I thought that was weird. Now, you're going to find this in a few places and all, but it's here, right there. Now, these are some of the differences. I mean, again, I think the decision-making processing plan is going to pretty much depend on, one, which size smartwatch you're looking for, two, the price. The Gear Sport is going for $299. The Gear S3 really starts at $349, but I'm gonna tell you, I found some deals on it. I think I found one for $267 on Amazon.com. I'm gonna leave the link for both of them in the description down below, so you can go check them out. But you can also find this if you don't find it for $267, $299. Again, remember Black Friday is coming up, and you should find some deals, more deals on the Gear 3. I'm not sure about the Gear Sport. Okay, so I hope that this video helped for you to make a better decision on which smartwatch to get. They both look great. I think they're awesome looking. I'm loving the bezel on both, but there are some design changes on both. All right, good luck with your decision making, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And if you want to see more videos like this, then please make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, I will see you all at the next video. Take care.